Okay, so once you have your grid drawn, you are going to select which animal you would like to do and find the copy of it. I would fold it in half so you are only seeing the animal that you chose. And then what you will see is on top of the copy is the same grid that we drew, just a little bit lighter, okay? You are gonna need a pencil and an eraser for this. And wherever you decide to start, the triangles here correspond with the triangles that you drew. These are smaller, these are larger. So if you follow the guide here, everything will get bigger on your actual paper. So I'm gonna start with the beak. I like to start in the center of the face. You can start wherever you feel comfortable. So the beak is starting right below this center X, which would correspond with this one. And I am just gonna draw that top line of the beak. And then I'm going to notice that it connects right to this eyeball. So I'm gonna kind of draw all three things at once. That eyeball hugs that line and goes off the page, right? And then comes down into this triangle, is just over that line, and then goes off the page. That's the size of this first eyeball. The second eyeball goes slightly over the line there, goes over the middle line, around halfway through that triangle, back around, and connects, okay? Now, I see that the beak comes off of that, and comes down, and connects to this, and I can draw the inside lines. Where the beak meets the eyeballs is where the eyelids kind of start and go across. And then I've got the details, okay? I'm not gonna worry about coloring anything in yet. I'll do that later with a Sharpie, but I can start to add the actual details of the eyeballs here. Now, I'm getting a pretty accurate drawing from my reference. Everything is increasing in size because I'm paying attention to my drawing grid. It'll help me break it down. Sometimes people need to take it even a step further, and they want to take like scrap paper and block out just the triangle that they're working on. You can do that too if that's what makes you feel more comfortable, if you need to just focus on one thing at a time. Whichever works for you, this is just a really nice tool or strategy that will help you break down your drawings. And this can be used with anything. You can always draw this grid on other paper, and you can print something off the internet and draw the grid over that image and kind of recreate it. This works for enlarging things like we're using here, but it also is a really helpful tool when you want to shrink something. So if you had a larger image and you wanted to make it smaller, you could do the same thing. You would just use the grid in a different way to shrink it. So I'm not going to draw the entire thing right now, but I hope you're starting to get the idea of this. The reason I have these already kind of drawn out for you is because I wanted to simplify the process when you're first starting. I wanted you to have just the line drawing that you're looking for, and I wanted it to be broken up into shapes for you so that you could turn it into a zentangle, which is our overall goal for this project. So as I kind of continue this here, again, just finishing up a few more of these pieces, but you're starting to get the idea. When you find the animal that you are hoping to create, just make sure that you are paying attention to the direction that the original picture is in. Sometimes people make the mistake and they're not realizing if it's in landscape or portrait mode, and it kind of messes with their grid process. So my owl was vertical, my paper is vertical. If I had chosen this koala, it's horizontal, so I would need to turn my paper. All right, good luck, get started.